Hello everyone, this is Vu again with me talking into a camera for like 15 minutes about some random topic and just going off. And today's topic is how to get rich. This is what everyone wants to know, I guess, and I'm going to tell you 3 ways to do it from easiest to hardest. Let's get started. So the easiest way to get rich is to change your mindset and to change your perspective, right? So if you think you are rich, then you are rich. I know what you're thinking already. You're probably ready to close out the video because it feels like a cop-out answer, right? It feels like if you were a pirate looking for buried treasure for like 20 years, I told you that the real treasure was the friends you made along the way, right? Like, how's that going to buy you a Ferrari? Well, it's not. Throughout your journey of creating wealth, gaining wealth, there will never ever be a point that someone comes to you and like slaps a sticker onto you and says, "Congratulations, you're rich." Whether you feel that way or not is completely dependent on your mindset and how you feel. I know people that have net worths in like the tens of millions of dollars, quite a bit, but they don't feel rich because they're comparing themselves to people with hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, right, that can afford like super mega yachts. They just feel like they're doing well. They're well off, as they would say, but they don't feel like necessarily rich. I'm sure many people watching this are thinking like, wow, what clowns, right? $10 million is a lot of money. Again, no one's going to tell you that you're rich. If you're able to stop and pause and feel grateful and feel wealthy, that is the only prerequisite to being rich or not. The fact of the matter is, if you're watching this and you're from the United States, like most of my audiences, you're probably within already the top 10% of net worth or earning potentials just by being in the United States. If you wanted to get really rich, you just work for an entire year, save up all your money, even if that's just at like $15 an hour, right? And then just take that and then move to a country that is not as well off. And I guarantee you that money is going to stretch you a very long time and you're going to feel very wealthy. You're going to eat really well. You're going to have all these services and stuff like that. If you compare yourself to like a king in the medieval era, like the king can eat like chicken every single day if he wanted to, while the peasants ate like scraps, right? Or ate nothing at all. You can do this. You can do this today. You definitely eat better than kings 1,000 years ago. So there's a lot to feel really wealthy and really grateful and really rich for. The second most easiest way to get wealthy is to make a decent living, save it, and then put it away for a very, very long time, right? I'm not sure if you've ever watched Futurama, but I think in the plot, one of the main characters, Fry, he has something like $2.50 or something in his bank account, and he accidentally freezes himself and goes like, I don't remember, like 1,000 years in the future, where he becomes like a billionaire or something because his money was able to grow into something, right? If you are an American, right, I'm just assuming, really all you really need to do is make maybe 10% more than the median income, which again, like I say only, but you know that in itself can be quite difficult. So I think the median single income is probably around like $45,000 per year. If you're able to make something like $50,000 or $60,000 a year, and then save about $28,000 to put it in its entirety into the 401k, and you wait like 30 years by the time you're 59 and a half or so, it's almost assured that that wealth would increase to something like 3 million, 4 or $5 million. I think something at $20,000 per year for 30 years inputted at something at 7 or 8% yearly growth on average will net you north of $5 million. This is actually the way that most people become millionaires in their lifetime. Now, if you're still watching this video, I probably know what you're thinking. You're like, wow, why did I even watch this video? What I want is to get rich really fast. I want to like make it rain and then still have my 20s and 30s to party and to, buy that Ferrari you wanted, right? And the thing is, like, when people want to know the secret to getting wealthy, That's really what they're asking, right? They're asking, no, I don't want to change my perspective. I don't want to feel rich. I don't want to be rich only when I'm old. I want money and I want it like right now. The point I'm trying to make here is that if you want to make money really fast and not wait for it, the means in which you must do that is exponentially more risky and more difficult than 1 and 2. Most people in your life that deal with finances and, for example, financial advisors or other brokers and investors, whatever, what they'll always advise you is how to protect your wealth, not necessarily how to make a lot of money, right? And we've, as humans, have sort of evolved to encompass this within our DNA, like literally itself. If you think about the evolution of humans, right, and back to the hunter-gatherer stage and era and whatnot, let's say you had a hunter who was risk-averse and a hunter that wasn't risk-averse, right? The non-risk-averse hunter will go to a bush and be like, yeah, there's a 95% chance there's a rabbit in there. There's a 5% chance that there's a lion and it will kill me. I'm going to take those odds because I want that rabbit. Given enough times, that guy would die because the consequences of finding a lion is sure like outweigh like finding a rabbit, right? And the fellow that was risk averse and was like, yeah, no, I don't like those odds. I'm going to be conservative. I'm going to be safe, is probably the one that survived more often than not. And because of this, we as humans are still way more risk averse, way more protective. We feel loss way more than we feel the ecstatic joy of gains, right? And because of that, many of us, when given the choice, will make decisions based upon our emotions that protects rather than getting rich, right? So on one end, you have to really fight your own psychology and the psychology of others that are out there just trying to give you the best advice, given their own like circumstance and the understanding. In the parable of that rabbit and the lion in the bush, you gotta be that hunter that, for whatever reason, is willing to take the 95% chance that there's a rabbit. If there is an investment where there's an 11% chance of 10xing your money, you should take that 100% of the time, even if that means that 89% of the time you're going to lose all your money, because the odds are stacked in your favor, right? Mathematically, if you take that bet of 11% 10xing your money, given an infinite amount of time, you will have infinite amount of money because those odds beat the house. But again, what financial advisors won't tell you is how to go for those big risk plays. What they will advise you, on the other hand, is like a 99% chance of making a 4% return per year, right? That is safe. That's protecting your money. If you want to make money really fast, you have to go against that traditional advice. And I know some people watching this here, maybe you're like a financial advisor yourself and you're like, wow, this is horrible advice. Yeah, it is horrible advice. This advice I'm giving you right now is probably horrible advice because, oh my God, you're way better off, like, honestly, like protecting your assets and growing it over a long period of time. You're way better off changing your mindset, being grateful for what you have, than going down this rabbit hole, right? But if you really wanted to, hey, that's how you do it. You got to take some big bets. Anyways, that's my video. Not sure if this was helpful or not, but if it was, or if you liked it, then, like the video and subscribe to it. I think in another video, I'm going to really just make single videos on every single one of these topics that I touched on today. So if you'd like to be on lookout for that, definitely subscribe. Thank you.